They show highlights from the SmackDown four-way match with the men, where Ricochet would actually beat Gable. He had the shooting star press on SmackDown, and so now we kind of know what match is coming up next, right? So out comes Strowman and Ricochet, and next is the Viking Raiders with Valhalla, and I freaking love the Viking Raiders. I actually picked them to win this match, so we'll see how this one goes. Next is Gable and Otis, and then last is the Street Profits. And all the entrances are actually pretty cut. They were cut short, and I think the ramp was so freaking long just to get to the ring. It was probably like a timing thing. They had to get all those guys to the freaking ring. Still have a 15-minute, 20-minute match or whatever they're gonna do. So it's like, yeah, they kind of just rushed it. But guess what, guys? We get another female referee. It's just so freaking dumb. I mean, look at the Scene in Theory match we just had, and the referee took a bump. You see a female referee in a men's match, she's not going to take a freaking bump. It's just not going to happen. So it's like, it's just not smart. I don't know. It kind of puts you in a confinement where you can't do those kind of spots in a match because no one's going to want to see a freaking female ref get bumped from a dude. So it's just not going to happen. It's just stupid. Put men referees in men matches, female referee in female matches. What's the big deal? It's just logical. But it's wrestling, so I guess it can't be logical. I don't know. Anyway, Gable and Ricochet start the match. Gable gets in an ankle lock right away, and Ricochet gets out of it. Both guys with a few headlock takedowns, a lot of mat wrestling from the two, reversals and stuff. We even got some roll-ups and some backslide pins for 2 counts. They're just kind of going back and forth. Gable gets Otis in, and Otis just comes in and shoulder tackles Ricochet down. So Gable gets back in with another tag, and then Ricochet jumps and tags in Strowman. So Gable's like, screw that. So he goes and he gets freaking Otis back in. So now it's Otis and Braun, and they're having a stare down. And if you guys remember on SmackDown, freaking, I think it was Otis did a shoulder tackle, and Braun went flying out of the ring. So it's not like Otis can't hold his own, right? So now all the teams actually get in. They're all having a stare down, and then it's just a massive brawl. It comes down to Eric. He actually hits a stiff knee to freaking Braun, and Ivar hits this rolling back kick on Braun, and freaking Braun just goes down. So the big man is out. They get Ricochet, and they hit him with the double team clothesline. That was pretty sweet. And then they hit Ragnarok on Montez Ford. And again, I really like the freaking Viking Raiders. They're brutal. They're aggressive. I mean, we saw their match with Sheamus and Drew a couple weeks ago on SmackDown. They've had 2 matches with them now, and it's always pretty freaking good. They just hit hard. They don't notice, but Braun is actually behind them. And the freaking Viking Raiders turn around. They get a double shoulder tackle from Braun, and he just takes both guys out. So Gable's actually behind Strowman, and this was freaking great, guys. He gets Strowman into the corner, hits a rolling German suplex, and just holy crap. Like, who would have thought freaking Gable could do that to Strowman? And Strowman being able to roll like that was impressive. But yeah, Gable gets him into a bridging German suplex, and he gets a 2 count. Gable goes up top, and he dives for the freaking diving headbutt, and Braun moves out of the way, and he misses. So Ivar goes up to the top rope, and he does a freaking diving moonsault. He's trying to hit Gable, and Gable moves out of the way, and he misses. So now we got freaking Braun. Ivar's, knocked out in the middle of the ring. Braun goes up to the top rope, and hits a massive frog splash on Ivar. Holy crap. I don't think I've ever freaking seen Braun Strowman go to the top rope and do something like that. I mean, that was pretty cool. Otis hits the world's strongest slam on Braun, and then he just starts freaking dancing. This is great. Ford gets the tag and then takes Otis and Ricochet down. Ford goes up to the top rope. Then we see a massive double suplex off the shoulders of Gable and Ivar. They do that thing where it's like the multi-guy thing. They're in the corner. Someone's trying to do a suplex. People get under them. They do the thing like every single time there's a multi-man match. You expect that's going to happen, right? Anyway, they nail it. Everybody goes down. And, by the way, freaking Ricochet, I think, jumped on Ford while he was in the superplex position. And he did, like, a diving crossbody on him. So, I mean, that was kind of cool. But the other stuff is just kind of expected. They always do that. Braun sees everybody down on the outside. And then he, calls for the Strowman Express, where he does shoulder tackles on everybody. He goes to the outside, and he just knocks everybody out. And then he's like, heck, let's go for it again, right? So he goes around, circles the ring, starts hitting everybody. But as soon as he gets to Angelo Dawkins, he goes to hit him with the shoulder tackle, and Dawkins actually tackles Strowman down, like, really freaking hard. I mean, that was pretty cool. So Dawkins is alone on the outside. Everybody's freaking knocked out. And then Ricochet's in the ring, and he does this freaking springing shooting star press from the inside of the ring to the outside of the ring, and the freaking elevation that he gets is just ridiculous. He freaking hits Dawkins on the outside, and just, holy crap, man, it was just nuts. If you guys watched the freaking match, I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, like, the replay, like, it's just freaking nuts, man. I can't believe how freaking high he got. He got so high, though, when he jumped, he almost had hit the announcer's table. It's just crazy. But anyway, Ricochet throws Dawkins into the ring. He goes up to the top rope, goes for another splash, but this time Dawkins gets his knees up, and freaking Ricochet's down. Now, meanwhile, Ford had made a blind tag on Dawkins, so Ford's already up on the other corner. He does a freaking massive frog splash, and he gets the 1, the 2, and the 3. So, guys, freaking Street Profits win this match. Again, freaking Ricochet. That was pretty freaking solid, man. I just saw a freaking spot with Top Flight and Lucha Bros. I didn't see the match, but it was a Ring of Honor match, and freaking, I think it was Dante Martin or something, just like twisted his ankle like really freaking bad. I mean, it was sick looking. So every time I see these kind of moves where they're like jumping real high like that, I always kind of cringe a little bit, because you just never know how they're gonna land. But yeah, it's just freaking crazy. Match had some crazy spots here. Not a fan of Street Profits winning, though. I mean, they get pushed a lot, and they never really seem to do anything. I don't even, they haven't really won the tag titles. I don't know. They're just kind of getting stale at this point, I think. And to see them win was kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. I don't know. I guess Street Profits kind of remind me of New Day. New Day always has to come and make the save or whatever, but the shtick is kind of old. We've seen the gimmick for a while now, and it's just time to either turn these guys heel or just split them up already. And the fact that they won this match is kind of, I don't know. I'm just not a fan. Match was pretty solid, though. Ricochet, again, freaking amazing with that shooting star press. Good freaking show so far, and we're just getting freaking started. And in terms of the freaking Fatal 4-Way match, I had said before, I wasn't really looking forward to this match, but the match did deliver. It was just freaking crazy. I love freaking Chad Gable with that rolling German suplex, too. That was freaking cool. And Braun being able to do that frog splash off the top was pretty solid. So a lot of cool spots, not a bad match, and yeah, freaking good show so far.